Hello. So this is a Mixeroo. We're gonna do some mat stuff, some sort of flowy mobility and strength work that I think is gonna feel really good. I have a mat and I have some weights there. And that's all I'm planning on using, but who knows what's gonna happen? I mean, if we're honest, we never know with me when it comes to me. So just keep your things close by. If there's anything in your body that you're concerned about, if you want to share it with me, I'd love to help. And if you need to modify things, please modify them. If an exercise doesn't feel right for you, leave it out. Let's get started. By the way, I've had a moment in my life where I've come to the terms with wearing yoga pants all the time is just a lot of work. Getting in and out of them, I don't know if you agree with me. So I'm gonna move towards jogging pants. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi,
How
how are you?
are you? Good. I'm good. Oh, I could.
Up and out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Oh, and I heard your cat.
Oh yeah, he's here.
Okay.
He's out of town.
Well, good for you. Good for you. You look like you also like you have lipstick on, like you're gonna go somewhere.
I look really rough. It's been a really rough week.
Okay. Okay. Well, lipstick hides everything. Well
Yeah,
done. Well done,
yeah.
lipstick. Okay, I'm gonna get started. We're on the mat, and I there's Jill, and then I just have a mat. Hi, Jill. I just have yeah. We were just chatting. I just have a mat with me, and then I have some weights close by. This is just going to be kind of flowy, Pilatesy, feel good strength situation. So if you have any things nearby that you want to use, Rebecca, or if you have just a mat, that will be enough. Okay. How do you feel, Jill?
I feel a little hungover. I got accidentally drunk last night, and this is my like, you better do something good for your body today. Also, I haven't done this since last time I saw you on here. I haven't did anything
It
since the last time I saw you on here.
sounds like you're in the right place. This will work out that hangover just a little bit. Okay, so we'll get started. We're gonna start down on the mat. I'm just gonna mute you guys. If you need to tell me anything, please unmute yourself and do it. Okay. And listen to your body. I already said that before you guys logged on, but I'll say it again. Listen to your bodies. If we do something that doesn't feel right for you, leave it out or feel free to do something else. Okay. So I'm gonna get started down on the mat. P.S. I have my sneakers on. There's no reason really why. I may take them off. Shoes are completely optional here. Okay. So hands and knees. Also, I just want to say we're still having a really huge project done in our backyard. So if at any time you hear men yelling or the beeping of a giant excavator or I don't even know what else, that's what it is, okay? Okay. Hands under the shoulders. See if you get your hands right under your shoulders. See if you can spread your fingers apart. I'm going to uncurl my toes and we're going to let the spine move a little bit. Head down, round the spine. And then we can arch the back, let the shoulders come away from the ears, look forward, and just breathe here. Just breathe. The pace is up to you. Maybe you're going a little faster than me today, or maybe you're going a little slower. It's all about you. So just keep moving and breathing. We're going to do two more of these. Let your head be heavy. Maybe move it from right to left a little bit. And then we're going to come back to the center when you're ready. You can stay however you are just to give you a better view. Hands under shoulders. I'm going to keep my right hand where it is. And then bring the left arm out to the side. I'm going to try to push the ground away. with the right arm and have my right elbow look behind me. And then I'm gonna switch arms, left arm down, right arm out. We always get to both sides, so whichever side you're doing is usually fine. Look behind you with your elbow, push the ground away. Let's do one more each way like this. Sometimes when people bring their arms out, their shoulders are really, really super tight. If that's you, maybe your arm is reaching behind you. Maybe that's like a better angle, or maybe you have a bent elbow. Okay, it doesn't have to be straight. Bring that arm down, and then other side. Again, push the floor away, take a nice deep breath, and then we're gonna come back down. We'll keep the hands down and we'll move out to the legs. One leg will straighten out. I've got my toes down. See if you can continue to lift away from the ground and just switch the legs. Reach out. When you extend one leg, see if you can make that tush muscle fire so it's a nice straight leg. And we'll just keep doing this. Again, just go at your own pace. Just think about it as an opportunity to turn the glute on a little bit each time you extend the leg. I'm keeping us down on the floor still with the toes. We're gonna let that move in a second. See if you can at this point maybe add the opposite arm. So I'm gonna extend my left leg out, right arm out. So we practice this, kind of push the floor away, lengthen the spine. And then come on back down. Right leg, left arm. Maybe your shape is different than mine. Maybe your arm is reaching forward or to the back. Okay, we're really just kind of practicing removing one of the limbs and staying stable in this position. This is a great way to turn on these core muscles and work the back a little bit before we start doing work on our back. I'm gonna do one more each way. And then come on back down. Just a quick little wrist twirl. You can go a couple times in each direction, and then I kind of want to bring my thumbs right behind the tush. Fingertips reach down. Lift the chest a little bit, and you can either look up or let your chin just lower down a little bit. I'm going to move my head right and left. Deep breath. Okay, we're coming back. Hands under the shoulders. This time I'm gonna curl my toes forward. We did our cat-cow spine in the beginning. Come to a little bit of a rounded spine. Lift your chest away from the floor. With your exhale, the knees are coming up. Exhale, knees up. Inhale, come down, okay? Keep going. As you lift your knees, it is an exhale. Keep your knees up as long as the exhale lasts. And then when you inhale, just come back down to fill up the lungs. And let's do about 4 more of these, depending on your pace. Okay, so keep going. I mentioned a little bit of a rounded spine as you exhale and lift. We're just turning on those belly muscles. You can come into an arch back if you want with your lifted knees, but I kind of like that rounded spine just to get more deeply into the belly muscles. Let's do our 2 more. One more. I like to pretend like gravity pulls me up a little bit and then come back down with the knees. Uncurl the toes, lift the chest, press your hips forward a little bit. Arms can come out to the sides. Let's twist each way. Exhale, twist in one direction. Inhale, come back to the center. Other way. One more each way. Try to put the shoulders down. Center, fill up. Other side. And then come back to center, okay? Roll the shoulders around. We're gonna come back and do some more exciting knee lifty stuff, okay? Just continue to dial it back if what we're doing doesn't suit your needs today, all right? Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. So slightly rounded spine. We're just gonna let the breath move as it wants to. Knees are gonna come up, and then we're coming back to what we did earlier. One leg out, back in. Other leg out, back in. One leg out, back in. Other leg out, back in. Knees come down. That was exciting. You can uncurl your toes, stretch the arms forward, put the head down, and take a nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale. And then come all the way up. Okay, so now we're gonna flip it over. I'd love to open the chest a little bit after that. So hands are gonna come like slightly behind you. I think fingers out to the sides, or maybe even fingers facing forward will feel kind of good. I don't know, try all the things. Feet about hip distant, look forward, lift your chest, push through especially the heels. And let's bring the hips up, I don't know, like halfway, and then lower down. Let's add an exhale as you come up. And each time you come up, you can bring your hips up a little higher if you want. I like to look forward. Some people really like to look back. We're gonna do 5 more. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. And then come all the way down with the hips. Roll onto your side. I'm coming onto my right side first. And I'm going to slide my bottom arm out and keep the knees bent. We'll start with the top arm up to the ceiling. Just a quick spine check in here. Lengthen out through your spine so it feels like your spine is in line with the wall behind you, perhaps. Like it just feels like it's nice and long. Head is on the arm, but it's going to move with the arm, the top arm. I'm going to roll forward, bring my forehead towards the mat, and my arm is going to reach forward. When my palm gets to the ground, I'm going to let my arm slide forward a little bit more. And then I'll come back to where I started, arm to the ceiling, head on the arm, and I'll go the other way. Head first, and arm reaches all the way back. So this is a big old stretch. Let's do this 3 more times. And come on back again, just breathe. Maybe exhale as you roll forward. And then come on back up again, and out to the side. 2 more. One more. And we'll come back up to the side. Arm can stay up to the ceiling. Legs are going to come out sort of straight-ish. See if you can get yourself in a fairly straight line. My legs are probably slightly forward right now to help to balance. Make your legs so long that they start to lift and lower. And let's see if we can find an exhale to come up. This is one of those times where I'm trying to make my neck long and the spine long. If you need your hand in front of you today, please do that. Just fingertips right in front of the ribs, that's fine. This is definitely going to force you to use your core a little bit more. Let's do 3 more here. If you want to add a head lift, that's fine. Just naturally lift it and keep your eyes straight ahead. Try not to like jerk it up or bring it forward. Keep it in line with your spine and then come right back down. 2 more. And down 1 more time. Deep breath. and come all the way down, okay? Knees are gonna bend again, and I'm just gonna keep my hand right around rib area. Top leg, it's gonna make a nice big circle. I'm gonna keep the knee bent, and around 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go the other way, okay? Think about keeping your pelvis fairly still, but letting the leg move in the hip. Leg moves in the hip. One more here. And then come back forward, but don't rest the leg down. Let's just keep it kind of hovering over the bottom leg. Knee kind of in line with this hip. You can maybe put your hand on your hip to keep it nice and still. The top leg is going to come forward and back. So it gets difficult to maintain just balancing on your side when your leg moves back, right? But see if you can keep your upper body as still as you can. When you bring your leg behind you, see if you can feel that tush feeling. Your glute should fire a little bit when you bring the leg back. This hand on the hip situation here, this is just a suggestion. You can come back in front of you and just keep your place with your fingertips. You can probably do this too. This is kind of exciting. Probably 17 other options. Okay, so just bring your arm really where you want. P.S. Try and keep your right knee down as you bring your left leg back. 2 more. And then 1 more time. And then come back again and pause. Do whatever you want with this arm. I'm just going to come back here. Bottom half of the leg. Down and up. The knee stays still. Down and up. Down and up. So you should be feeling your, like deep hip area. This is really where the bone goes into the pelvis. I mean, it's burning for me at the moment, just to be really clear about that. It's exciting though. Let's do 4 more here. We're breathing. 4 and 3 and 2, 1 more, and come all the way down. Okay, let's come right over to the other side. So let's pop up, flip her over. If you used anything along the way, just bring it with you. Pillows, balls, towels, who knows what you're doing. Who knows what you're doing? Knees bent, okay? So like align the spine, nice and long. Top arm, I'm gonna start up here again. The head will roll forward as the arm comes forward. Everything comes back to where you started and you reach back. I like to bend my elbow a little bit for this. And breathe. Let's do 2 more. One more time. And then return. And then we're going to keep this arm up towards the ceiling. Straighten out. No, actually bring the arm down. I'm like forgetting which one we did first, but that's okay. I think I remember everything we do. We're going to do a nice big circle with this one. It doesn't really matter what order we go in, right? As long as we get to all the ones. Okay, so the knee is just doing a nice big circle. Just a reminder, the pelvis isn't moving around too much. This is just a ball and socket joint. 2 more. And 1 more. And we go the other way. Try to incorporate those nice deep breaths here too, okay? Breathing is an exercise, and deep breathing is an exercise that stimulates those deeper core muscles. Let's do 2 more here. And one more time. And then come all the way back down. Okay, legs come out nice and straight, arm to the ceiling. So my legs are slightly pitched forward, and that helps me to find my belly muscles just a little bit. The legs are gonna get so long that they lift. And then lower down. Using your hand in front of you is a great idea if you're struggling to figure out what's going on right now. This kind of helps you to connect a little bit to the ground. This side is much harder for me. We all have like a weaker side, and I think this is mine. And lower down. You can lift your head. We're gonna do 3 more. You can add that head lift. Make sure it just feels like an extension, almost like you're standing up and you're standing tall. And then lower down, 2 more. P.S. You're probably feeling this somewhere in here. And then lower, 1 more, exhale. And come all the way down. Take a nice deep breath. Let's bring those knees forward again. Okay, so the top leg is going to come up just about hip height. I think I'm going to come back here again, but as I showed you, there's so many things you can do with this arm. This leg is going to come forward and back. Forward and back. And I'm trying to keep myself right on my side without moving my chest forward or back. Yeah. And 6, and when you bring the leg back, see if you can find the tush fire. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Okay, come on back. Hold right here for a moment. Take a nice deep breath. I'm going to bring my hand right back here. Actually, I kind of like to put my finger on my knee. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, all the way down. Take a nice deep breath. I did feel like I forgot one. My goodness, it's so difficult. Well, maybe it'll come to me. Okay, we're coming back one more time to our hands and knees. We don't need any weights or anything. Coming back to the hands and knees. We're going to work a little bit more of that like modified plank work and modified push-up stuff, a little bit of a combo. I'm going to keep my knees roughly right under my hips again, and I'm going to bring my hands forward and my elbows are going to bend so they're kind of looking to the sides and slightly back. Quick spine check-in. Quick round spine. Quick arched spine. Find center and pull your abdominals in. Let your elbows widen as you bring your chest towards the floor and then push yourself away. When you come up, your chest should be lifting away from the ground quite a bit. Lower down and then come on back up. We're going to do 5 more. Inhale. And 4. And 3. And 2. 1 more. Come all the way up. Come on back onto the knees. All the way up here. Just bring your hands to your hips for a second. Let your tailbone reach down and your belly come in and up. So it almost feels like you have a little tuck to your pelvis. And then just hold here for a minute. The arms are going to come up. Try and keep that tucked feeling into the pelvis. I kind of want to hook my thumbs here. And we're going to stretch side to side. And over to the other side. So Keeping that little bit of a tucked pelvis just gives you a bit of a stretch through the hip flexors. And I'm reaching over to create, just in case this isn't clear, a really good side body stretch. One more. And then come on back and all the way down. Okay, we're coming back. Come on back. Knees are bent. By the way, feel free to intensify this. If you want to keep it modified, bring it up a notch, you can bring your knees back. I kind of like mine right here. Okay, so elbows are going to bend slightly out to the sides and back at the same time. Lower and push the ground away. And breathe. 5 more. And 4. 3. 2. 1 more. Come all the way up. Take a nice deep breath. Just roll your shoulders. Roll the shoulders. Go the other way. We have to do 1 more set. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. This one's a little bit more of a tricep situation. And I'm going to show you a few ways to do this, okay? Hands under the shoulders. Hands are really not so wide here. Okay, so there's I'm lowering my elbows towards the ground. Try this. Your nose is like in between your wrists. Spread your fingers, push down through your palms, and then come on back up. When you bend your elbows, your nose ends up like between your wrists-ish. And then come on back up. Now try it again, but this time, make your nose stay in between your thumbs. Ooh, that just got like 60% harder. Where's your nose gonna go? I don't know. I hope that makes sense. The further forward you keep your chest, the more challenging this becomes. P.S. My elbows are looking straight back, or at least that's what I'm really trying to do. Ugh. Let's do 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. That's enough. It's enough of those. Okay, let's roll the shoulders. All right, we're gonna come down onto our backs and do a little bit of more specifically core stuff. When you come down onto your back, if at any time your neck isn't happy, you can put something underneath your head like a pillow or a towel or something, all right? So let's come all the way down and we'll start just giving the shins a little bit of a hug, maybe rocking a little bit right and left. Let's try and keep the neck nice and long. 1 more deep breath here. And we're gonna come down with the feet, okay? So typically during the stomach series, people get really tight during their hip flexors. So I kind of wanna start with a flexor stretch. You're gonna push down through your heels. I just flex my feet and lift the hips. When you lift your hips, it's not a tuck of the pelvis, but feel almost like that's what you're doing. So it also feels like a stretch here, okay? And then come on back down and back up again. So we're gonna do 5 more just like this. Exhale to come up. Bring your hands to your pelvis, to your hips here. Push your hips into your hands. And then come on back down. Push your hips into your hands and maybe push your hands into your hips just a little bit. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And then come all the way down, okay? We're gonna do more of those, but let's start our stomach series. Both of your hands are gonna come to your right shin. Nice wide elbows, long neck. Stretch the left leg away from you at an angle. I kind of like to reach through where the wall and the ceiling meet one another. And then bring your chin toward your throat. Exhale, curl up. Switch the legs. Hug the opposite leg. Stretch the opposite leg out in front of you. And switch. Okay, so there's a stretch built in here. Each time you pull your leg in, the leg and the hip get a stretch. The abdominals are working. If your head is happier being down on the ground, that may affect the angle of your legs a little bit. They may go a little higher, okay? Let's do 2 more. And 1. Come back in with both legs, and we'll put the head all the way down. Look right and left, and take a breath, and then come back to the center, okay? Feet together. I like knees slightly apart here. Hands to shins. Exhale, curl up. We're gonna bring the arms and the legs out. Legs are at an angle. Circle the arms around and you come back right where you started. Arms and legs out. Circle the arms around. I'm gonna put my head down for this. It just feels like a better choice. Okay, so this is a lot of work for the belly here, supporting the legs as they reach out. Really try and draw the abdominals in as you stretch the legs out. And then come around, grab your stretch. Let's do 2 more. And come around 1 more time. And hold. One leg is gonna come up. I'm gonna hold on with both of my hands to whatever I can get to. The calf or lower is fine. Opposite leg is gonna scissor out. And then you're just gonna switch the legs. And clearly this is where the stretch is here. I'm gonna pick my head up. The stretch is built in. And this is lots of work for the abdominals as well. Try and let your shoulders come away from your ears. 2 more. And 2. And 1. And 1. Ooh! Bring the legs down. I'm going to tuck my hands underneath my sacrum. This is just to give a little bit of assistance to this next exercise. If you don't like it there, you can always just keep your arms right by your sides, okay? So palms down under my sacrum. Legs are going to come up. If your legs are flexible, they'll be straight. If they're not, just soften the knee, that's fine. See if you can keep your heels together. Elbows are wide. I'm going to curl up here. Lower and lift. I like exhale on the way up. 5 more. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Come all the way down. Okay, take your hands out. Let's go back to that flexor stretch. So bring your hands to your hips. Heels are going to push down relatively close to your tush. Lift your hips into your hands. Push through those heels. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up. Inhale down. Exhale up. 6 more. And 5. Try and keep your neck nice and long here. There's so many opportunities for us to increase tension and yuckiness in the neck and the shoulders. Try and just keep it nice and long and released. 2 more. And then last one. And come all the way down. Okay, good. Just a quick stretch here. Prayer feet, wide knees. Ooh. So now you don't hear the workmen, but you may hear my children. Take a nice deep breath here. There's something about like the cues that kids pick up on. Like every time I go to the bathroom, my son like has to come in. Like it's like he got a cue from the universe that I closed a door for a moment to be alone in a room to do something. And every time I film a class, it's like an invite for my kids to play soccer above my head. So that's exciting. Let's take one more breath here. and then come on back up. Okay, we're gonna roll to the side and come back up again. I wanna do a little bit more side work. We did our lying down leg lifts. We're gonna come to our side with bent knees. So I like elbow under shoulder. So check this part out. Elbow is not out here. A lot of people come out here. This is just really uncomfortable in my opinion. See if you can get right under there. Top shoulder gets kind of plugged in. And then the front of you is straight-ish. So like the knees are kind of looking that way. So this is kind of a modified plank. I like this, but some people prefer to bring their hand here, okay? So try that if you'd like. Take a nice deep breath. The exercise begins when you push the floor away with your elbow, and then you bring your hips up. So this is a lot of really good side body work here. You probably feel those areas perking up. Inhale, come down. Just keep breathing however you like. I like to tell people how to breathe, but that's only because, and you can lift up again, that's only because I'm traditionally a breath holder. And that's the thing I want you to avoid. I don't really often care how you breathe, just try not to hold your breath. And lower down. And I'm going to tell you a really good reason why. Let's do this one more time. Come up, just hold here. Pelvic floor and some damage that happens throughout life. If you have any micro tears, holding your breath and pushing down can increase those tears, so we have to let the breath flow. And then come up back down. Let's do one more for fun. Take a nice deep breath. Pull your head back a little bit. Press the hips forward a little bit. One more deep breath. Ooh, and then come all the way down. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. That was a PT exercise that I got after I had my son, and I had all these like crazy pain situations happening. I still love this exercise. I just think it really gets you good. Okay, so elbow under the shoulder, right? Knees reach away. My knees are looking in that direction. I'm gonna pull my chin in just a little bit. The exercise begins when you drive your elbow down and plug your shoulder in. Oh yeah, this side is harder. Take a nice deep breath. And we'll come down. Let's try it again. Make any changes that you need to make. Maybe this side is completely different for you. Again, this is a little helpful. If you want to push the hand down a little bit, that's a nice way to modify it as well. As you exhale, draw the abdominals in a little bit. And come down. And again. By the way, if you're shaking, it's totally normal. If you're not, that's fine too. Shaking is just your muscles saying like, okay, we're really just trying to figure out how to make this happen right now. And then come down. We've got one more. Head back a little bit, hips forward, belly is in. 2 more deep breaths. One more. Ooh, come all the way down. That's a lot of work. I'm just gonna let my head roll around for a minute because it sounds like a nice idea. We're gonna come into first kind of a stretch. This is mermaid stretch. I'm gonna bring my feet over to the opposite side from where I just was. Foot to thigh. I've got my right foot on my left thigh. Again, we're gonna get to both sides, so it doesn't matter. Left hand goes to the outside arm, outside ankle, and we're sitting up tall. So if you've got tight hips, this already is not gonna be your favorite position. Relax the shoulder that's down on the ankle and stretch in that direction. Inhale, come up. This time we're gonna add a little bit of a twist. As you come over, rotate towards the floor. Let's keep the arm by your ear. My right arm is outside from my ear. Come all the way up. You're very likely going to feel a stretch in the knee, in the hips. If it gets too much, that's your cue that you've gone too far, okay? But feelings in the knee is normal. Let's come over and do another twisty stretch here. And then come all the way up. Just a quick little counter stretch. I'm going to put my right arm down and stretch over with the left. And then we'll switch the legs around. Foot to thigh, hand to ankle. Hip is already kind of yelling at me, but just because it's really tight. Outside arm comes up. Let's relax this outside shoulder and take a stretch over. We're breathing. And then come up again. We're going to come over and add that little bit of a twist. Reach. Keep the arm by the ear, rotate, maybe look down at your bottom hand if your eyes aren't closed. And then come on back up, and we'll do it one more time. Again, release any tension from this outside shoulder. And then come all the way up. We'll put this outside hand out here, just a quick little counter stretch again. And all the way back, okay? We're gonna do just another exercise / mobility stretch situation. This is called spine stretch forward. It's a classical Pilates exercise. If your legs are quite tight, soften your knees, prioritize lifting your spine, okay? This is an exercise for the spine, but it's gonna create length up the whole back of the body. So I can straighten my legs, I'm gonna do that. Flex your feet. Extend your arms. The first step is to lift. Imagine gravity just pulled you up. Bring your chin toward your chest. Imagine you have like a ball in front of you that you want to lift up and over. Flex the feet. Head comes down a little bit. Fingers reach forward. Draw the abdominals in to roll up through the spine and sit a little taller than you started. Shoulders down, lift through the spine, inhale. Exhale, reach through the heels, the fingertips, the crown of the head. It's a beautiful stretch. Try and draw the abdominals in. And then use your belly and articulate up to sit nice and tall. We're gonna do this one more time. Shoulders down, sit tall. Inhale. And exhale. Pull the belly in. Make yourself a capital U. That scoopy part of the U is your abdominals trying to get into the exercise. Reach through those fingers. And then come all the way up to sit tall. And bring the arms down. Okay, we're gonna come up to stand. Up to stand. On or off your mat, it's up to you. I'm gonna push mine over. So let's stand, feet just about hip distant. Maybe we'll do hands to hips at first. Toes are forward. We're gonna shift into first the right leg. P.S. Pull your head back just a little bit. So you're kind of standing nice and straight over that right leg. And the left leg, without shifting too much in the upper body, the left leg is gonna come out to the side and then lower down. Really push down through the right leg, the best you can. And then lower down. 4 more. 4. And the reason why my hands are here, not just to look cute, it's to kind of keep an eye on these bones here. Sometimes when people lift that outside hip, the hips just kind of get tired. But this is the work, this is why this is such a nice strengthening exercise for the pelvis. Let's just do 3 more, okay? So the hips are nice and still. 3 and 2. Pretend gravity pulls you up. 1 more time. And it's okay if you're wobbly, that's totally fine. We're gonna come to the other leg. Okay, so push down through the left leg, pull the head back a little bit, and keep an eye on those hips. Oh, this side is funny. And lift, yeah. So like the other side is different. It's really good to notice this stuff. We try not to judge. That's just the way it goes. And let's do 3 more here. Deep breaths. 2 more. 1 more time. And come all the way down. Okay, find a wall. I forgot this is a prop that we'll need today. Come to a wall or a closed door. You only need a little bit of space, big enough for your own hand, all right? Measure just 1 arm's distance away. And then we're gonna bring first 1 arm up. I've got my right one. My fingers are gonna face the wall behind me. And I'm gonna start with my left hand straight ahead. So already you may feel a bit of a stretch here. Right fingers back, left fingers forward. Now, left hand is gonna do the same thing. It's gonna like reach to the side, and then you'll open the left arm, and this is where it gets crazy. Ooh, deep breath. It's a big stretch across the chest. Continue reaching back through the left arm and go as far as you would like. And then return to where you started. I like to come all the way around and just kind of go back to the right arm and then come here, reach the left fingers back. And so kind of the arms are the same when they reach out side to side. I'm gonna continue here. People call this nerve floss. People call this nerve floss, which I think is a really weird thing to call it. But I guess I like it. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a muscular stretch to me, although it does, but it feels more like, I guess nervy, but like the connective tissue across my whole front is like, what is happening here? Try and relax your head, by the way. And then just let the arms hang for a second. It's not weird. Okay, let's do the other arm. So now it's my left arm. My fingertips are looking back. I'm trying to relax this left shoulder. This side's a little weird. Right arm forward. So the chest is looking straight ahead. I'm going to reach my right fingertips to the side, and now the arms mimic one another. And I'll continue to open the chest until I feel like I've gone far enough. Breathe. Come all the way back. And try it again. One more. And then come all the way down. Ooh. Okay, I want to end today with a roll down. Let's do a roll down. So I'm going to stay with my feet about hip distant. Let the arms hang, chin to your throat, and roll forward. Keep the knees a little soft, maybe. With your exhale, you can get heavier in the head. Maybe bring your hands to your elbows. One more deep breath here. Relax your arms. Walk your hands over to the right. Maybe your hands are around like the back of your calf or the outside of your foot. Take a breath there. And then walk your hands over to the left. Come back to center. Soften the knees. Let your arms hang. Push through the feet and slowly rebuild. Slowly rebuild. When you come to the top, take a nice deep breath. We did it. That felt really nice. I hope you guys have a great day.